Yes guys, welcome guys to my new YouTube video. Today we'll be looking at Proverbs 20 and there are 30 verses here today, but I'm not just gonna go through all of them because there are quite many and the little time I've got. There are different topics today covered and ranging from not drinking too much like you see in verse 1, overindulging, avoiding fights, about laziness, about being loyal to your friends, about not insulting parents, about the fact that God created everything, including our ears and our eyes and our talents. God exposes every circuit, about unfailing love, about discipline, and about double standards. Today I'm going to look at specifically, um, um, I'm just going to point you guys towards certain verses which spoke to me, and I believe they're pointing towards Jesus. I will go through them. So the first few verses are verse 2, verse 8, and verse 26. I can read verse 26 to you, which says, a wise king scatters the wicked like wheat, then runs this is stretching wheel over them. So what this verse was talking about here is talking about Jesus as a king. So Jesus as a king, and Jesus wanting justice, Jesus wanting to separate the evil from the good. And we see that again in the New Testament. There are parables in the New Testament, like the parable of the weeds, and in Matthew verse 13 to 36, verse 36 to 43. And so this is one of those things, but there are other things as well pointed towards Jesus, like Jesus being faithful friends, like we see in verse 6, and Jesus hating double standards, like we see like in verse 10 or verse 23, when he talks about double standards. And then he talks about Jesus knowing our hearts. So we see that again in verse 11, where he talks about children and how you can know children's deeds. And then we see also verse 27, where it specifically says, as I read, the Lord's light penetrates the human spirit, exposing having every hidden motive. So only God knows what is in our hearts, and only God knows who is good and who is bad. Then the next again is talking about Jesus paying debts. So we have that in verse 16, which I will read. Get security from someone who guarantees a stranger's debt. Get a deposit if it does it for foreigners. So we see this in the New Testament, where Jesus actually forgives sins for Matthew, for Mary Magdalene, people who were strangers, people who were not considered good, pointing towards Mary Magdalene. Then also, I can see here the king as well. It says on verse 28, it says, unfailing love and faithfulness protects the king. His throne is made secure through love. This again, guys, it just points me towards Jesus again. How Jesus' whole ministry and the gospel itself is pointing towards love, and he says it in Romans 5, verse 8, that Jesus loved us even while we're sinners. So you see that as well, and it's again in Psalms 89 verse 14, it says that the throne, God's throne, is established in justice and righteousness, as we see also in these verses. Thank you guys for this. If you want more, want to share your own comments as well, you can comment below and press the like button if you really like this. And thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye.